I think Dahlia might be hiding with the Morlocks.
The Morlocks?
Mutants who live in the tunnels beneath the city, and who stay away from the X-Men. There's a homeless encampment by an entrance to the Morlock tunnels. Vampires have attacked it 3 times this week.
That cannot be a coincidence. Do you think the vampires are hunting this child?
I don't know. The city's most vulnerable population is being erased, mutants and humans alike. Disappearing from shelters, off the streets.
The vampires go after anyone the world would not miss.
Or even notice.
Until now.
Save everyone you can, and keep your eyes open for Dahlia.
I am looking.
Me too. I just don't like what I see. We haven't even gotten started yet. First it was the children. Now it's the city's unhoused population. These depraved creatures have no shame.
They do not seem to feel anything at all. Only their hunger drives them.
And yet they're still on the trail of Dahlia, with these people.
Then you're in the right place. At the very least, you can deny the vampires their next meal.
My power is yours.
That should help.
You left me no choice.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
I will show you true power.
Where have I seen that before? I'm hoping you'll learn from this, but I know you won't.
In a city as renowned as New York, these people have still been left behind.
The lack of empathy is not unique to this city, or this time. Society often turns its back on those who are different.
And those with unusual abilities are even more likely to be shunned.
Yes, we've all felt it in one way or another. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way for Dahlia.
You were too weak for this fight. Chaos. Your mother abandons you.
Brace yourself!
Leave some for the rest of us. We are being watched.
Let them watch. Give them no cause to fear us.
It's all right. You'll be as good as new.
Dahlia?
Aurora? What are you doing here?
I tried to find you at the orphanage, but
But what?
it seemed you were in distress. I wanted to help.
I'm not the one who needs help. Look around you. I can do more here than wearing a fancy yellow suit. The Morlocks took me in. They just welcomed me into their family. But now someone is trying to tear our family apart.
I am so sorry.
No, you're not. You say you're all about protecting mutants, but it's only the ones who live in that mansion. You don't even see people like us.
That's not true.
What happened here?
We were attacked by creatures. We don't know what they are or what they want. Most of us fled after the last attack. Some are too wounded to move. I just need more time to heal them.
What can we do?
You really want to help? Stop those things from killing my family.
If these vampires are truly stockpiling victims, there is something much greater at work here.
As if their torment of these people.
Never know. There always seems to be a darker purpose waiting to reveal itself.
At least it keeps us busy.
Face your end! I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
There aren't many who can be trusted to wield chaos magic, but you seem to have it under control.
Hail Hydra! We are the
I think we've got company.
These Morlocks, they live here, beneath the city? Why have I not seen them before?
These sewers have been home to all kinds.
They've survived by avoiding unnecessary tension. Many people do not want to see them.
The modern world continues to surprise me. I had expected better.
Look to the sky!
Should be useful.
Let's try this.
will shake our loyalty.
Was it worth it?
By her command, I am the mother. There is no
Looks like they have help.
We must find these other victims Dahlia mentioned. Who knows what suffering they have experienced at the hands of these vampires?
Tunnels here. It will not be easy.
It never is. You trifled with the wrong. You chose this path. Now you must follow it.
Feel my call.
Accept your defeat.
Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
Let's try something different.
I had heard of your talents. Now I see for myself.
I'm sure the Morlocks will be grateful, in their own quiet way.
Dahlia! It's over. You're safe.
Thank you, Aurora. And the rest of you. We're not used to people looking out for us.
Is there anything else we can do?
No, we'll be all right. I've healed the others. We'll move where they can't find us.
Dahlia, you don't have to be alone. The X-Men would welcome you.
Thanks, but I'm not alone. And I can't abandon my family for yours.
All right. And if you ever need me...
You'll be the first we call.
Goddess be with you. All of you.
This war feels very winnable to me, Hunter. That's thanks to you. Hunter, I have a favor to ask.
What do you need?
Storm seems... off. I haven't seen her like this before. Can you speak with her?
Of course, but why me?
You both know what it means to lead. She sees you as a peer, whereas I will always be her student. You may be able to reach her in a way I cannot.
All right. I will seek her out.
Thank you. Oh, and don't tell her I asked you to do this.
It's an honor watching you on the battlefield. You were right about the Abbey being special. It's beautiful out here.
I like to come here when I am feeling down.
Subtlety is not your strong suit. You want to ask about Dahlia, yes?
Dahlia believes you only care about the X-Men who choose to join. Her words hurt you.
Not exactly, but they've left me to wonder. And the act of self-reflection is often uncomfortable.
I do not follow.
Her comment has caused me to think about how I treat my students. I don't think I choose favorites, but what if I do without realizing it? Regardless, I'm relieved to see her safe and happy with her found family. I'll keep worrying about her until the vampires are taken care of.
I relate. The Midnight Suns are my family, and I share the same concerns over their safety.
That almost sounds silly, worrying about people with powers. But I appreciate your words. It feels good to know I am not alone.
I think the fear is natural. Having abilities puts targets on our backs.
That is a good point.
Just because we are strong does not mean we are invincible.
Where were you when I was a teenager? That's what leadership is. Knowing when to step in and when to respect boundaries.
How do you know?
They'll straight up tell you. Or you'll just feel it.
Sounds complicated.
It gets easier with time. Thank you for coming to check on me, Hunter. Leaders often have to take these burdens on by themselves.
I am not a leader.
Oh, please. I call it like I see it. Is there anything else?
How did you meet Dahlia?
I learned of her through the X-Men. Once mutants hit a certain age, their powers manifest. I went to offer Dahlia a place at Xavier's school, but she turned me away.
Was that the only time you approached her?
No. The second time I tried, the orphanage told me she had run away. I'm thankful she found companionship among the Morlocks.
I have never heard of a Morlock before.
Morlocks are mutants who are visually distinct. I'm hesitant to call them different, but they avoid the X-Men.
Different?
Some Morlocks may have a gelatinous body, while others have horns growing from their head. Again, visually distinct.
Do you think the vampires are after Dahlia or the Morlocks?
It's hard to say. I do not know what they would want with either of them.
Dahlia and the Morlocks are both mutants. Maybe the answer lies there.
It's possible there's a connection there. I'd rather destroy the vampires before we find out for certain.
No, that was all.
Of course.
Good to see you getting all buddy-buddy with Storm.
How did you know I was just with her?
I can, smell her on you.
Are you very familiar with her scent?
We were close.
Let me guess. You will not elaborate.
Nope.
What do you know about the Morlocks?
Morlocks aren't bad, you know.
Well, who says they are?
Well, society, mostly. Just because they can't pass as normal doesn't mean they deserve to be living in the sewers.
Could they join the X-Men?
They could. But the Morlocks don't trust us. Can't blame them. They don't trust anyone.
You've fostered many relationships in the Abbey.
Yes, I have made many companions.
It's nice, isn't it? Building up that camaraderie with your team.
Building these friendships is one of the best parts of hero work.
Mine too. Getting to know everyone is a joy.
I can say the same for you as well.
Always the flatterer. I ask because I wonder if you've ever had to sacrifice a relationship because of otherworldly circumstances.
What kind of circumstances?
Oh, you know, the end of the world, protecting them from a villain, hero stuff.
Are you speaking from experience?
I am, although I don't think it's all that unusual.
I do not like that we have to sacrifice so much in order to do our job.
There's a lot of downsides to being a super-powered being. It doesn't mesh well with romance.
Wait, you were speaking of romantic relationships?
Not necessarily, but it's a secret. Even if relationships end, it's always good to cherish the time we spent with people.
Even if it ended badly?
Yes.
How did it go? Is she all right?
We talked. I think I was able to lift her spirits.
That is a relief.
It is sweet that you care for her.
Yes, yes. My heart of ice can melt on occasion.
Anything else on your mind?
What can you tell me about the Morlocks?
I know mostly what you do. They're mutants who live beneath the streets of New York. I read through their shield file. For the most part, they're harmless.
Why does S.H.I.E.L.D. have a file on harmless mutants?
Groups of unknown mutants who live off the grid is a thorny subject in this country. I don't like it either, but until that changes, S.H.I.E.L.D. will keep tabs on them.
Thanks, Carol.
Sure thing.
I document the supernatural creatures I come into contact with. One day, I'd like to publish a book on the subject. I'm writing a query letter to publishers. How does this introduction sound? The dark occult corridors of the world are filled with monstrous creatures. From Atlanteans to were-roosters to the Taker of Heads, I, Blade the Vampire Hunter, have hunted them all, and many others.
Did you say were-roosters?
Don't get tripped on them. How does the sentence flow feel? Is it clunky?
I have some thoughts.
You're hung up on the were-roosters. All right, let's hear what you got.
Who could not be tripped up on were-roosters? What even is a were-rooster?
It's exactly what it sounds like. Humanoid chickens that shoot fire from their mouths.
I would not have imagined fire-breathing chickens.
They were created by the Deathwalkers and sent to kill me. The Deathwalkers also created were-slugs, were-honey badgers, and were-octopi.
Were they pranking you?
I should remove were-roosters from the paragraph. Too distracting.
On the contrary, my imagination is most definitely engaged. Do not, under any circumstance, lose the were-roosters.
I really, really hate the Deathwalkers, but they might make me a best-selling author one day. Thanks for that, Hunter. I think I will keep the were-roosters in the introduction.
Fisticuffs if you remove that nugget of supernatural cockadoodlery.
I'll give you a shout-out in the acknowledgements chapter. But I don't do autographed copies.
I'm sure you've heard the expression, getting a second wind, Hunter?
Second wind? Is it related to your powers?
No, but good guess. It's when you're able to continue doing something difficult after you've been tired.
Sounds very useful. What will you do with this new energy?
I'm going to keep tabs on Dahlia and the Morlocks. Make sure nothing else happens to them.
Is that what she wants?
She wants me to keep my distance, but I can look out for friends from afar.
What are you doing out here, Wanda?
Was feeling nostalgic and wanted to visit some old haunts. This is where it all started, you know. Where Agatha decided to take me under her wing and teach me all the magic tricks I wasn't supposed to know.
Agatha was daring, often taking risks on people.
You mean taking risks on people she shouldn't?
That is not what I meant.
I know. Sorry, it's just... I still feel responsible for her not being here. She always believed in you, you know. Talked about you all the time. There was a lot of pressure to live up to your legend.
Wanda, what was Agatha teaching you exactly?
I'm not so sure you want to know, or I want to tell you.
There is no reason to be scared of telling me, Wanda. I am on your side.
Okay, here it goes. Agatha thought I could prevent the Midnight Sun. Prevent the prophecy.
She said that?
I think she was training me to be you.
Wait. Do you mean to say she was training you to be the hunter? To be me?
Basically, yes.
But there can only be one hunter.
I know that. It wasn't like she was trying to replace you. It's just... you were dead, and I was the only one who she thought was...
powerful enough to take on Lilith.
Boy, was she wrong, huh? Luckily for us all, Nico managed to resurrect you. So now it's not all left to me to screw up. And believe me, Hunter, I would have screwed it up. I haven't even been able to trust myself enough to go back to the library and continue my studies. I don't want anyone else to end up like Agatha.
If Agatha was here, I am sure she would want you to continue your study of the magical arts and grow your power.
Well, she's not here because of my power. So I think I'll pass.
Let me help you work through your fears and become more comfortable standing in your power.
You would do that for me?
When I am done with you, Wanda, your knowledge of the arcane will surpass even Dr. Spooky himself.
All right, deal. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm really starting to get used to this place. Sure, the dorms are cramped, but it's better than the rat-infested sewers I've spent more than a few nights in.
A caretaker placed runes around the abbey that prevent wild creatures from entering.
It doesn't explain how Wolverine made it through the door.
I believe there are exceptions.
Hunter, can I ask you something?
That is the only question you do not have to ask me.
Okay, well, how do you do it? How do you balance the pull between light and dark?
The light and dark you feel inside are not at odds with each other. Recognize that they do not command you. You command them.
I'm good at being strong, Hunter. I practice that every day. But the kind of strength you're talking about? Well, I haven't worked those muscles in a long time. I'm not like some of these other heroes. I'm no Captain America. Some days, I don't even think I'm a Spider-Man.
I had not noticed.
Those heroes often do what is right, even if that means letting their greatest foe live.
Do you regret the lives you have taken over the years?
I regret a lot of things, but never the lives I've saved. My point is, I feel a darkness inside that I can't escape. But I can focus that hate and point it toward those who deserve it. Those who would hurt innocent lives.
A moment ago, it sounded like you actually admire Spider-Man.
Spider-Man has caused me more pain and frustration than almost anyone. But he fights to save innocent lives. As much as I sometimes want to see him suffer, I know this world needs him.
Ooh, Venom and Spider-Man sitting in a tree.
Oh, come on, are we in kindergarten? And how do you even know that?
I heard it from Deadpool. But his tree song involved Carol and Blade.
Whoa. Why am I always the last to hear about this stuff? So, thanks to my other, I don't often feel the need for companionship. But you're all right, Hunter.
The feeling is mutual. I'm glad to know you will not eat my brain anytime soon.
Of course not. I had half a lobe yesterday.